royal secret just got exposed, and it could destroy everything. The atmosphere within the cold, historic stone walls of Buckingham Palace has reached a fever pitch as a scandal of unprecedented proportions threatens to dismantle the very foundations of the House of Windsor. This isn't just another fleeting tabloid rumor or a social media conspiracy. It is a seismic revelation that strikes at the absolute core of the line of succession and the carefully curated image of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. For years, whispers have trailed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, fueled by a relentless digital age and a skeptical global public. But those whispers have now transformed into a deafening roar following the alleged exposure of a surrogate secret that could rewrite royal history forever. The world was told a polished story of a modern miracle, of a young princess born into the whirlwind of a California exit. Yet a new, exhaustive investigation suggests that the truth about Lilibet's biological origin is far more complex, hidden, and legally precarious than anyone ever imagined. The narrative of the Sussex family, once presented as a beacon of modern independence and breaking away from tradition, is now being scrutinized under a forensic lens by those who demand total transparency within the monarchy. High-level investigators have allegedly uncovered significant discrepancies in the official birth story, pointing to missing medical signatures and a lack of traditional royal verification that indicate the involvement of a surrogate. This isn't merely a discussion about personal family choices or medical privacy. It is a battle over the rigid constitutional laws that govern the British monarchy, where the term "born of the body" is not just an archaic phrase but a strict legal requirement for the right to rule and the legitimacy of princely titles. As the public begins to process the staggering magnitude of this surrogate secret, the focus has shifted entirely to the shadowy details of Lilibet's 2021 birth, where the absence of palace-vetted physicians has created a vacuum of trust now being filled with shocking evidence suggesting a biological mother who is not Meghan Markle. The tension has been further exacerbated by the calculated and clinical maneuvers of Prince William, who has reportedly been operating with a singular, grim determination to protect the integrity of the crown at any cost, even if it means exposing his own brother's deepest secrets. While Harry and Meghan have spent the last few years building a multi-million-dollar global brand based on their truth, William has allegedly been working behind the scenes, commissioning private investigations and specialized medical audits to secure the actual truth through leaked DNA reports and high-level intelligence. The fallout from this information is nothing short of catastrophic, suggesting a total strategic collapse within the Sussex camp as they scramble to contain a narrative that has finally escaped their control. The shock of the DNA evidence, which purportedly suggests that the biological link between the children and their parents may not align with the official royal record, has sent shockwaves through every corridor of the royal institution, forcing a confrontation that has been building since the day they stepped back from senior duties. This investigation into Lilibet's real mother delves into the incredibly dense complexities of international surrogacy laws and the specific, unyielding protocols that the British monarchy demands for any child entered into the official line of succession. If the child was indeed born via a surrogate, the legal standing of her title, her security, and her place in the royal hierarchy would technically be null and void under current UK law, a reality that William is reportedly prepared to enforce with cold precision to maintain the purity of the sovereign line. The emotional toll on the family is becoming visible to the world, with Harry and Meghan appearing increasingly isolated and defensive as the weight of centuries-old tradition and the power of the palace's legal machinery close in on them. The evidence presented in this investigation focuses on a series of clinical inconsistencies and red flags that have haunted the 2021 birth in Santa Barbara, where the traditional royal protocol, which usually involves the Home Secretary and palace-appointed physicians being present or at least providing formal verification, was conspicuously absent. Instead of the usual transparency, the world was given a delayed press release and a name, Lilibet, intended to honor the late Queen Elizabeth II, but that very name now carries the weight of a potential deception that has deeply offended the traditionalists within the firm. Observers and investigative journalists point to the mysterious lack of a notice of birth from the hospital that matched the official royal announcement timing, alongside subsequent leaked documents that suggest a medical trail leading to a surrogate mother based in a totally different facility than the one reported. This biological mystery creates a constitutional crisis of the highest order. If Lilibet was not born of the body, her very existence within the official royal registry is a legal falsification that King Charles III cannot simply ignore, regardless of his personal feelings for his son. The broader implications of this investigation suggest that the Sussexes may have attempted to bypass ancient laws in a bid for modern privacy and control. But in doing so, they have inadvertently triggered a mechanism that could see them stripped of all remaining titles and dignity within the United Kingdom. The investigation explores the potential identities of surrogate candidates, analyzing legal non-disclosure agreements (NDAs), and a trail of financial transactions that allegedly link the couple to a high-end, exclusive surrogacy agency in the United States, turning what was once a private family matter into a scandal of international proportions that transcends simple tabloid drama. In the wake of these shattering revelations, the internal dynamics of the palace have shifted from quiet, behind-the-scenes concern to active, high-alert damage control, as King Charles and Prince William reportedly hold emergency summit meetings to discuss the potential removal of the children from the official royal website's line of succession. This is not being described as a move made out of personal spite or family bickering, but as a cold, calculated constitutional necessity to prevent a future legal challenge to the throne that could destabilize the entire country. The emotional wreckage behind palace walls is palpable, with Prince Harry reportedly reeling from what he perceives as ultimate betrayal, his own brother turning his private medical history and family secrets into a weapon of state for Meghan. The potential exposure of a real mother, or surrogate involvement, represents a total collapse of the narrative she has spent years meticulously constructing as a devoted mother, and a royal outsider who sacrificed everything for her family's safety. The public's reaction across the globe is a volatile mixture of disbelief, curiosity, and anger, as the surrogate secret implies a level of systemic dishonesty that many find unforgivable for a public institution funded by the people. The investigation highlights how the couple's obsessive desire for total control over their public image has ultimately backfired, leading to a forensic auditing of their most private and sacred moments. As more documents and internal emails are leaked to the media, the specific details of the DNA test results have become the focal point of a global debate, with cold scientific data clashing violently against the sentimental, romanticized stories told in high-budget Netflix documentaries and blockbuster memoirs. Ultimately, this ongoing saga serves as a haunting cautionary tale of what happens when the ancient, unbending traditions of a thousand-year-old monarchy collide with the fast-paced, ego-driven desires of modern celebrity culture. The Lilibet real mother shock appears to be the final straw in a relationship that has been deteriorating steadily since the Megxit announcement of 2020, and the resulting fallout is likely to lead to a permanent, legal severance of all ties between the Sussexes and the Crown. Whether this leads to a formal, public act of Parliament to remove the children's titles or a quiet, backroom agreement for the family to fade into permanent obscurity in Montecito, the damage to the Sussex brand is now widely considered to be irreparable. The world is witnessing a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions play out in real time, where secrets, DNA evidence, and the relentless quest for power have left a family in ruins and a monarchy struggling to maintain its footing in an era of digital leaks and total transparency. This investigation proves once and for all that in the world of the royals, there is no such thing as a private secret once that secret threatens the legitimacy of the crown itself. So if you found this investigation eye-opening, make sure to like this video to support independent royal reporting. Share this with every royal fan you know, as the world needs to hear the truth. Comment below with your thoughts on whether you believe the surrogate claims or if this is a targeted attack. And finally, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a breaking update from the front lines of the monarchy.